So we are starting, or we're continuing really with systems of equations. You've been working with substitution, you've been working with elimination, you've graphed some, and now it's your favorite part. We get to turn them into real world situations. Yay, I know, right? Woo! So, this isn't bad. You need to set these up according to the words that are given.
I'm feeling this is what we had on like a previous quiz.
What?
These exact problems.
Well, it's just kind of putting it into real life.
Yeah.
I know. I'm saying I feel we've
Oh,
had
okay.
it before.
Ah, you probably have. All right. So we have to remember sum means what? Difference means subtract. When you have what or what number, what are we talking about?
Some.
No, if we have just what
Oh,
or what number,
a number.
what is that referencing?
X. One.
X, a variable. What do we do when we have is the same or equals or is?
Multiply.
With the equal mark.
It's equal.
And then of means to multiply. All right, let's see what happens. What's quotient?
This is-
Division. Just division. All right. So when we say the sum of two numbers
2x.
is 55. No, sum of two numbers. So we're going to have, and they're not the same. So it's going to be x plus y,
So yeah, x plus y equals 5.
55. And they're different. So we know it's the same two variables.
And then
But
x
this
plus
time
y
we're
equals-
subtracting. And it equals 5. All right, this is perfectly set up for which process?
So it's elimination.
Elimination. So do we add or subtract?
Add.
Add. And the y's cancel out. Now here was a mistake that I would see. It's a careless thing all over the place. When you combined your x's, it's two x's, not x. All right? Because remember, that's like a 1x and a 1x.
So x equals
30.
30.
No, 2x.
2x equals 30. Well, like the
Right.
first
Oh,
one-
okay. Yes. 2x equals
60.
60, so x equals 30.
Yeah.
You're good to look.
Now, what does y equal?
we have to-
You have to go plug it in. So
Equals 25.
y equals 50 minus 30. 55, sorry. My bad. 55 minus 30.
So y equals 20.
25.
Yeah.
And then your,
So y equals 25. And if you combine those,
Will your final answer be
thank you. I was just thinking, I did not share that. Your final answer for these will not be ordered pairs. We're not, because a lot of the times we are working with real world, like we're looking at how many tickets sold.
So you're just looking for the x equals and the
Uh-huh.
y equals.
Yep.
You wouldn't put that. You would put those in the.
Oh, did you plug it back in?
Plug it back in. What, Mason?
You wouldn't put real world solutions into an order pair.
Exactly. Unless you're saying, if I'm graphing this, where would it be? But that's not what we'll do with any of these. All right, so, all right, so do you see how we got x is 30? So I said, really, I guess I should write 30 plus plus y equals 55. Let me rewrite that. Equals 55. So then you moved your 30 over with the 55. So 55 minus 30 is 25. All right, number 3. This is where we need to write down all the stuff that we know and so that we have it organized. All righty? We have Ron and Kathy, and they're both selling tickets to the play.
We have the x plus 1,
Ye-
x plus 2.
No, that's consecutive integers. So we have Ron, and he is selling student tickets.
Ron is x.
Well, I'm going to actually use other variables
Okay.
to represent the topic.
R
Or
plus K?
you can substitute, like put by Ron's name an X and put by Kathy's name a Y. If you don't use The real world variables, I would then go in the writing part and assign the variables. Otherwise, you'll get confused on which one's what. So Ron is selling student tickets. Kathy is selling adult tickets. Ron's are $2 and Kathy's are $4.50. All right?
And their totals.
So when we're talking just tickets, there were 364 tickets sold. When we talk money, there was $1,175.50 brought in.
For a class play?
That's what I thought. That's a lot. I want to see the play. Now, here's how you do it. There are two totally different topics involved in our description. One is asking for how many and one is asking for how much. So, our first, that has nothing to do with money. We're going to look at the how many first. So I'm going to say for Ron, I'm giving him an S for student. And for Kathy, I'm giving her an A for adults. Y'all can do R and K, whichever helps you to see it. So I'm going to say student plus adult. How many total tickets did we sell?
364.
364. Or
And
do you,
what did we do the difference?
all right, do you remember? Does this make sense? What we just did. All right, now we got to figure out how much money we brought in. What did the student ticket sell for?
$2.
So everything's about money now. So 2S. This is $2 for the student ticket. What about the adult?
$450.
$450K or $450A for what I'm doing. Equals, now not the total tickets, but the total money.
117,550.
Yes, ma'am. All right, do you see why we made two different equations? And do you see how the focus of each equation
Then
comes
the
to
best
be?
thing to do from here would be substitution.
I think so.
Oh no.
I know, right? Your calculator is your friend. I promise. I would not, you could go for elimination. It's just a doozy to
Because
get
it's like,
the negatives and all that. So I'm going to say S equals 364 minus A. So I'm going to substitute in for S. So 2 times 364 minus A plus 4.5A.
Oh, would that be actually in the negative?
But we're going to end up with two negatives, and you'll end up with a positive in the end. Any questions at this point? All right, distribute your 2. Use your calculator. I think it's 728 minus 2A, and then plus 4.5A. So we finally only have one variable. So what's 4.5 minus 2?
2.5.
2.5 A equals. And we're going to bring the 728 over as a negative.
That's a weird number. The final number.
And we get 447.50. And then what do? Divide by 2.5. And what does that give us? How many adult tickets were sold?
Wait, you did 175.5 minus.
728. So how many adult?
170.
179 tickets, but it's asking for student tickets. So we take the total number of student tickets and subtract. So how many, and subtract your 179.
Oh, wow. Wait, do we take 364?
185.
Yes.
Wait,
So 185 student tickets were sold.
when we take 364, then subtract it by 179.
So then you have to add those together because it asks for their how many.
Well, it said how many did Ron sell?
Oh.
He was the student seller.
Sold 185.
Yep, sir?
Would you take the total number of tickets and then subtracted by 179?
Yes, and that's how we got the 185.
Okay.
All right, good with that?
Hold on, ain't right. My foot was on.
Okay.
I got it.
I don't want to have to stab you again.
It was.
Uh,
So you meant to stab me.
Yeah, because you're bothering me.
What are your thoughts?
All right, let's see. Number 7. A woman made a deposit
Yeah.
of $148. What is a deposit?
You
then
put
you
it
put
in.
money in the bank.
The bank.
You're putting it in, okay?
So it's an add.
Adding. If her deposit consisted of 60 bills,
Of what?
some
Some of them $1.
of them are $1 bills and the rest are $5 bills.
So it's asking how many ones.
How many $1 bills did she
So
deposit?
would you do like 1x and then 5y equals 148?
But what's the other equation? How many total bills do we have?
60.
60.
So you need to have x plus y equals 60?
Yes, ma'am. So x plus y equals 60.
Why would you make a deposit of 148?
It's her life. I don't know.
Charlie, let's just take.
She's a babysitter. Equals.
She gets paid like $50 an hour.
I'd be a great babysitter.
You would not. You would drown the
I'm
kids.
such a babysitter.
She makes
I
like
get paid extra
she
tips
gets 50,
because of how
she
good
gets
I
paid
am.
$50 an
And
hour.
then we're going to have x plus 5y. And that's going to equal what? 1x plus 5y equals 148.
Does she get paid like $50 an hour?
She does. $52 an hour.
So then,
So
again, substitution probably.
I would do substitution. But do you see how we came up with these two equations?
Yes.
Yes.
So x,
You have y equals negative 1x plus 60, so you can put it into.
I'm just going to do x 60 minus y. So then I have 60 minus y. Whoops, except not minus x. Plus 5y. So 4y equals what? 1? No. Nope.
Eight,
Negative.
8. No, it's not a negative.
88. No, I'm saying you pull over.
I think it is.
Negative.
And 48 minus 60.
Yep.
88. Oops. So what does y equal?
22.
What does that mean?
22 $5 bills.
She has 22 $5 bills.
Wow.
So then you have x
So how do we figure out the $1 bills?
60
You
minus
plug it into the.
Plug it.
22.
Yes, so we would have x plus 22 equals 60. So
Your is
x
38.
equals what?
38.
38.
38
She gets
$1.
paid good.
It's a lot of bills. I mean, somebody might want some, like a 20 and a 10 and a 5 and a 3.
Pays 52.
All right,
She
McDonald's
gets paid
paid,
by 38 one.
McDonald's probably paid
38
more.
ones.
Yeah, I got paid $160 for basis before. How much is that per hour?
How much did you pay for? 166.
Okay, number 9. A sum of money
Focus up.
amounting to $5.40 consists of dimes and quarters. All right, first, you're gonna have to help me out. Dime, what does that mean?
10
I'm not good at these, remember?
I do remember 10. 10 what?
cents.
Cents. So what is that? How do you write that?
Decimal cents.
Decimal. Whoopsie daisy. Decimal 10, not decimal point like this.
Quarter.
Not decimal. What is a quarter?
25 cents.
Yes.
0.25.
I'm going to do D and Q.
DQ. Ooh.
You know, I know, right?
I could kill a Dairy Queen's. Never
Oh,
mind.
I
Sorry.
If there are 27 coins in all, how many are quarters? So,
E plus Q equals
yep.
27. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then point. Which one would you have?
They're both going to be
Would
decimals.
it be D plus 0.25 Q?
Or a point 1 D. We got to have the point 1, not 1.
0.10 D plus 0.25.
Plus 0.25 Q. Equals what?
25.
Equals 540.
Yep. Now, what could we multiply by if we don't want to do this to make it whole numbers?
Negative.
0.25 on top. Or
How could we make all of these whole numbers?
Negative 10.
Yeah. You
Multiply by what?
negative 1.
You don't.
Positive 1.
By
No,
itself.
we don't want them to be decimals. We want them to be positive. I mean, we want them to be whole numbers.
Oh, by 1. Right?
No, because
By
multiplying by 1 will give us that.
By 5.
Guys, if I want to move, where does the decimal point go? Okay, we won't do it. We'll just move on with this. I've got a calculator. All right, so D equals 27 minus Q. So when I come to my D, I'll put that in. So we have 0.1 times 27 minus Q plus 0.25 Q equals 540. So when you distribute, you'll get 2.7 minus 0.1 Q plus 0.25 Q so we have point one. Let me move mine up. 0.15. No, I'm gonna move it up here then. So 0.15 Q equals 5.4 minus 2.7. 2.7. So how many quarters do we have?
18.
Yep. 18 quarters. And that's really what it was asking, is how many quarters. How many dimes do we have?
9.
9. Good. Does this make sense, what we've just done?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go back to number 2.
Is that our homework?
On number 2, you have the sum of two numbers is 72. What does that look like?
X plus y equals 72.
Yep.
And x minus y equals 24.
No, and twice their difference.
Oh, and then 2x
2
minus 2y
distribute x minus y equals 24. All right, go down to number 4. I want to ask this of you.
Wait, is it 2x plus 2y?
No.
Look, don't worry about x.
You have x plus y equals something, and then 2 parentheses x minus y equals something. I don't have it up there right now. I'm trying to hurry through this. Oranges. Go change this, please, on number 4. Instead of oranges, because of variables, make that kiwi. Kiwi. And then, how many kiwis did he sell? What's a kiwi?
It's like a.
It's a green, it's a brown fruit that has green and dots on the inside.
I love kiwi.
So you'll take your total number, so you'll have like your K plus G equals 762, and then your money equaling 8,125. Number 5. Y'all, it's just like that with all the people. We're gonna find reserve seating and general admission. Andy, number 6. Andy has 18 coins. What's a quarter? 0.25. What's a half dollar?
50
Point
cents.
two.
Yes, which is 0.5. And their total value. Okay, number 8. Mrs. Boyd has a desk full of quarters and nickels. What's a quarter? 0.25 nickel.
0.1.
0.5.
What's a nickel?
0.05.
0.05. Excellent. Alrighty, I think that covers all of your problems. That's what your homework is.